All right, my friends, A.D. Robles is deeply troubled. A-Day. My name's not A-Day, it's A.D. Robles. A.D. Robles is troubled, and I know I make fun of people when they say that they're troubled or concerned or worried, and, you know, it's a big Eva thing to say, that's for sure. But I needed to share this with somebody, so might as well be you. I am deeply troubled. The day started off good. It was a good day. I was thinking about how NASA keeps pretending that they're going to go to the moon, and they're just not going to do that. Here it is again. It got delayed again. This Artemis moon mission has been getting delayed over and over and over again. I believe on the channel I did predict that the new date, which was supposed to be right around now, would end up getting pushed back, and here it is. You know, there's a hurricane. I mean, they got to move it back. It's a hurricane. And so it's now allegedly going to happen in November. I will go on a limb right now and predict that this moon landing will not happen in November either. Now, I don't know what excuse they're going to use. I don't know. Maybe some of their diversity hires are going to, you know, put the wrong pipe in the wrong, you know, bolts or something. I don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. And this moon mission will get delayed yet again. I was enjoying that. It's good news. I think it's funny. But then something happened that deeply troubled me. Now, if you see here, this is the people that I follow on Twitter. I'm going to get rid of Twitter soon. I really hate it. I hate it. I do. I hate it very much. Twitter is, you know, no matter what you do, you can't get the degeneracy off your feed, right? Like at the time, I only followed Gordon Sanchez, the theoretical editor-at-large of Gospel Coalition. Very good follow, by the way. And Woke Preacher Clips. And Woke Preacher Clips is a legend, so I follow him. At the time, those are the only two people I was following. But then Twitter, you know, they show you what they think you're going to be interested in or what they think you should see. And that's why I'm leaving Twitter soon, because I just hate what they show me. Like, I've never, ever clicked on anything regarding the new TV show that's coming out or the new, you know, movie or whatever that's coming out. And they constantly promote this garbage to me all the time. It's awful. I can't take it anymore. In any case, they did promote something to me that I thought was interesting, but it deeply troubled me. It's this site called Americana Aesthetics, and this Twitter page posts pictures about different things from, you know, Americana, American past, or architecture, or you know, scenery, stuff like that. And most of these pictures are very good. They're very interesting, but this is the one that this one troubled me very much. And I went on a little bit of a rabbit hole looking at some of these Americana Aesthetics pictures, and they just one after another. Just, I'm worried, guys. I'm troubled. I don't know what's what anymore. I just don't know. I don't know, and I need a little help. What do you guys make of this? Because this picture is St. Louis, Missouri, from 1904, and of course it's colorized. So this picture used to be black and white, but this is troubling, because look how beautiful this is. Like if you were to show me this picture and say, AD, where is this picture taken? And you didn't give me any context, right? Like, you gave me no context whatsoever. I would say, oh, must be from the new Lord of the Rings show or something. Like, this is the new, you know, Riverdale or whatever. I don't even know the names of the places in that thing, but that's what I would think. It's like a fantasy, you know, computer-generated image of, you know, Arendelle or whatever. Arendelle, that's from Frozen. Whatever. You see what I'm trying to say. And that's what I would have thought, because it's just like so like awesome. It's just so fantastical, whatever. But it's not. It's from the actual world that exists. So if you told me, AD, it's from the world that exists, though, it's like on our planet and in our world, I would have said, oh, it must be Venice or, like, I don't know, Greece or Rome or something like that. Something in Europe where all the architecture is beautiful and whatever. And it's not. It's St. Louis, Missouri. And it's like, this is troubling, because why does it look like this? Like, nothing I know from St. Louis looks this amazing, right? Maybe I just don't know, but this looks unbelievable. Right? And then you find out that a lot of this stuff, and I'll just keep going. This is from the World's Fair in 1904. And again, it's just like, if you were to take this out of context, I'd be like, this is another planet. This looks like Naboo, right? But it's not. It's St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis doesn't look like this anymore. Why not? Why not? Like, this architecture is just, it's just otherworldly is what it is. But no, this is from our world in 1904. This is the part that's troubling. 1904. And then it's like, you know, this is the World's Fair, and, you know, they put these buildings up in a month or a couple months, you know, and they were made of straw and plaster, and they had this stuff up there, and then they just tore it all down, and, you know, because who cares, right? Who cares? They just tore it down. That's the story that they tell us, but it's just like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, even assuming that this is all a facade, right? This is all like a literal facade. Like, I don't mean like it's a trick. I mean like this is a facade. This is a building that they put up for. It's not supposed to be up there forever. It's just a temporary thing to celebrate or whatever, and then they tear it down. But we don't do this stuff anymore. I mean, when was the last time you went to your county fair? Did it look like this? What does it look like now? It doesn't look like this. That's for sure. That's troubling. That's troubling. And I just don't understand what to make of that. Look at this one. San Francisco, 1915 World's Fair. Like, I've never seen this again. It's like a different plane of existence. And this is 1915 where they're doing stuff like this. This is just unbelievable. Let me find another one. This is also 1915 San Francisco World's Fair. I mean, this is like when I remember when I used to play video games, I played the game Battlefront, the Star Wars, you know, shooter game, and I remember being in a place that looked like this, and it was on Naboo. It was the palace on Naboo. They created this world that looked so awesome. You were there, but in the old days, they really did it. It wasn't just a computer. In 1915, they would really make these places. But we don't do this anymore. Now, I mean, I don't want to say everything looks bad, but it just doesn't look like this anymore. It looks awful now, to be honest. Look at this one. This is the one that blew my mind. This is when I decided to make this video because this is troubling to me. This is 1893 in Chicago. Tell me this doesn't look like Lord of the Rings. 1893, 1800s in Chicago. And it looks like it would be like in a fantasy, you know, movie or in Rome or something like that. And it's just hard to believe that this stuff used to happen, you know. And I scrolled through a bunch of these pictures. Here's another one from 1893, World's Fair. I mean, it looks like, you know, what, like you go to Disney World and they've got all this stuff set up, except it's like the real version, right? Disney World's like, it doesn't make any sense. And then you think about like your cities, right? I used to live in New York City, and most of it looked like garbage, right? I mean, and literally garbage. There was garbage everywhere, and most of it looked awful. The buildings are just utilitarian and ugly and all of that. But then there's like little remnants of this beautiful time. You know, you go to Grand Central, and like the architecture on Grand Central is just unbelievable. And if you weren't looking, you would miss it because everything else looks like literal garbage. And then there's like this thing. We don't do anything like that anymore. I'm not saying the old days were better than these days. That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not a wise way to look at the world. But I just want to ask, what happened? What happened? Like, why are we the way we are? It's troubling. A.D. Robles is troubling. I'm not despairing. I promise you, I'm not despairing. But why has this happened? Look at this. This is the world. 1893 Chicago. And then they just tore it all down and said, screw it. You know, we need to make room for the Sears Tower. Like, are you serious? Even the Sears Tower is better than the stuff they do now. Goodness gracious. Like the Freedom Tower is just so ugly. Why do they make things ugly? And I think I know a little bit why they do this, but I don't know. My point is, I want to avoid a despair spiral. I'm just joking. I'm not despairing, but What do you guys make of this? Like, when you see this kind of stuff, what do you make of this? You ever see those movies, or I'm sorry, those documentaries where they claim that, and I think this is a claim. I don't think this is really true, but they'll show you something that, I don't know, the Incas made, like, you know, a long time ago, or, you know, the Mayans or whatever. And then the narrator will be like, we still don't know how they did it. Or the pyramids, like we don't know how they made the pyramids. Maybe it was aliens. I think they do know, but they don't do it anymore. So it's like, why does it seem like in some ways we've deteriorated, right? Oh, but we have iPhones. I mean, that's great. Like, who cares about iPhones, right? Like, in so many ways, we've gotten worse. but in some ways we haven't. The story doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, even going back to the moon landing, right? Because the story they tell you about the moon landing, and again, I'll just leave it at that. But they went to the moon with this with technology that's probably less complicated than a Game Boy, right? But now they can't figure out how to get there. Now it's like, oh, we got to delay. We don't know. I mean, it can't really be the diversity hires, can it? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. What do you guys make of this? I'd like to get your input. Go in the comments section. What do you make of this? Like in 1893, we were building buildings that just look like they're straight out of fantasy novels, right? They could be in Rome. I mean, it's just, but we just don't do it anymore. We don't do it anymore. Why do we do what we do now when it's so much worse than what we used to do? That's what I want to know. My brother, I was talking to my brother about this, and he just sent me a few pictures of cathedrals that were made, you know, a long time ago, and it's like, these things are just amazing. Like, these are amazing buildings, and they're just so different than what we do now. What we do now is so much worse. What do you guys make of this? Let me know in the comments section. I'm very interested in what you guys have to say. I feel like this audience is, you know, I think not only are we smarter, I think we're a smart audience, but also, I think this audience in particular is very open-minded. You guys aren't the kind of people, like, if you listen to AD Robles, you know, for any consistent amount of time, and you don't just say, I'm done with this guy, you have a fairly open mind, because I've said some pretty wild things from time to time. But I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comment section below. Tomorrow, I've got some more content, not really about the Costi Hinn situation, although it is what got me thinking about it, but more about sort of this, well, I'll leave it for tomorrow. I think you'll enjoy it, but let me know what you guys think of this issue. What is the deal with with all of this? How could they have made that in 1893, and now, again, look around at the construction around you. What are they making in your town? I guarantee you it doesn't look like this. In any case, hope you found this video, I mean, it wasn't helpful. Let me know what you think. God bless.